Okay, so here's how it goes. Let me take one step back, and then I'll take the rest of the steps forward. So we mentioned that human beings can't live without one specific psychological, environmental element, and that's the environmental element of respect. And respect, what it causes is it's not informational, but instead respect enables us to have a self-image with which we can live on earth. And if we don't have that self-image, we can't go further. So as an example, if a group of friends made up, let's all at the dinner table look at this person as if they have something wrong. Just not a crazy look, let's not say anything bad, but let's give a inquisitive look of like, well, you okay? Like, is there spinach in your teeth? Like, something weird. We all look at you like, ooh, is something wrong? So that would make you feel uncomfortable. You're like, guys, why are you looking at me? And you would hold it for 5 minutes. No, we're not looking at anything. But you like give them that weird look like, ooh, what's wrong? You would not feel good. You would not be able to concentrate on anything but the fact that you were uncomfortable at the subtle, weird stares that all your friends are giving you. What's happening? They're reflecting a lack of respect by giving you that weird look, and that's affecting your self-image, how you view yourself, and now you're at a minimum function. So respect is the way, it's an enabler of a way to have a self-image through which we can live. So respect your friend like you respect yourself. You have to respect yourself. You can function in a non-fatal suicidal modality. You need to be able to hold of yourself and hold of others. Last time we spoke about, not only do you have to respect yourself and your friends, but you have to also look back from where you came and you respect your parents. Not per se for what they did, but the fact that they were the miraculous conduit which enabled your specific existence. Meaning, not because they decided to send you to private school as opposed to state school. You're not respecting them for coaching Little League. You're respecting them because they were the miraculous conduit through which today you are alive. That's respecting your parents. Now we're going to take it up one notch. There's a concept called respecting your elders and respecting your rabbi. In Hebrew it's called Rabbo, your rabbi. What is this? What does that mean? Respect your rabbi, respect elders. I don't get that in a vague sense. Please describe it. So in order for me to describe it, let's ask some questions. So this piece of paper here that I gave you is the source of it. And it has two parts. The first part is they save us takum. In front of the presence of an elderly person you should stand. V'hadarta pnei zaken, and you should respect the face of a zaken, which here means a wise person. So to open it up, let's ask some questions. First question, stand up. Why is that a sign of respect? I understand it. I'm always in that uncomfortable position of you see somebody that you know, you're in a restaurant, you can't just do like a nod and walk. You have to actually stop and talk to that person at the restaurant. Comes to a certain point where I'll stand up. How are you? Why is standing up for a person a sign of respect? Why don't we lie down or bow down or salute? What does it mean, stand up? And hadarta, the word hadar doesn't really mean respect. The word hadar comes from the word beautify. So you should respect in a beautification way the face of a zaken. And what does zaken here mean? It doesn't mean an old person, it means a wise person. And the Talmud tells us why. Because zaken is a mashup of two words. Zaken, which means an elder, is really a mashup of the phrase ze kone. This you have acquired, you have owned, you have obtained. Okay, ze, zaken, ze, this, kone, you have obtained, you own it. Why is that referring to wisdom? Maybe you own cars, maybe you own other things. How do you derive ze kona, this I have acquired from the word zakin? How do you know it means a person, a wise person? And what does this mean, the concept of, oh, my rabbi, my mentor? How exactly in a psychological or sociological way does this happen? Meaning, if I say the word to you, teacher, if we were to be able to have your brain under a PET scan, that might not evoke a positive emotion in your brain chemistry. Teacher. Teachers, something, okay, I need to learn side angle side, Pythagorean's theory, and I'll deal with you. I don't per se have a positive relationship, but I will deal with you. Here, we deal with the concept of your rabbi is on a level of a parent. Just like a parent is a formative force in your life that creates you physically, so too your rabbi is someone through the reality of the intellectual sharing has formed you in a spiritual and intellectual way. When does that occur? Is that the rabbi of your synagogue, the rabbi taught you bar mitzvah or about mitzvah lessons? What does exactly this concept mean? So to frame it out, the concept goes like this. We, as we mentioned in the previous series, so we believe that what's precious to us is this thing called Torah. Torah, which is the same Torah in the Ark, scroll, same always, is a concept that it is from the word hora, which means guidance. Our guidance point as Jews is this realm, this concept called Torah. And we revere that. We hold of that. Every synagogue, when they take the Torah out of the ark, everybody stands up while they hold the synagogue. They hold it with reverence. It's a guiding point that we as Jews believe is objective. It's not a bunch of people in the desert wrote some poetry that we're analyzing that is maybe applicable, maybe not applicable in our day and age. We believe it's eternally applicable and objective. And it's a body of wisdom that's formative. So psychology, Jewish psychology is not just about rearranging, your priorities. Let's appreciate the good stuff. At least you're not starving. Feel good. Like yourself. No, I'm taking a body of knowledge, wisdom, chachma, the reality of Torah, putting it into my brain. Not only is it guiding me practically, it's also changing me. I am formed through wisdom. I'm a different person today than I was previously. So when we talk about the realm of Torah and its effect, we respect the effect. The effect that Torah has on us as humans is something that we respect. Now, level one, an elderly person, somebody who's lived a long life, okay? They've seen miracles in their lives. They have, through living the age of standing up for an elderly person, according to most people, is the age of 70. You've lived a long life. You've seen a lot of things. You have this wisdom. You've been formed by this reality. So the mitzvah is to respect that person. And a zaken, a wise person, that person's not just a walking computer. That person has become transformed. They are a different person than they were prior to this transformative excursion. They now are the embodiment of Torah. They become this realm that's not just a book, it's a human being that's my connector. Because as we mentioned, it's not just about, here's some information, I'm just sharing it. It's about, I heard it from my rabbi, he heard it from his rabbi, going back to Moses. The only way you can transfer this information is somebody embodies it, then they give it over to the next person. And that person embodies it and gives it over to the next person. So when we talk about a scholar, someone who is not somebody that is disconnected from his wisdom, it's someone that has been formed by his wisdom. He now embodies that reality of wisdom. And our goal is to stand near the light and be affected through the warmth of their energy. I want to be affected not just by information. Can't be affected by information. I want to be affected by information that comes through a person who they themselves are affected by that information. So it says over that the wisdom of a person makes a person's face shine. What does that mean, a person's face shine? The concept of the word face, your panim, is actually the Hebrew word panim, your innerness. When you have wisdom on your inside, it makes your face shine. You have a clarity, that clarity comes through you. And when you receive wisdom from someone, that makes you shine, that makes you come out. The goal in life is to take your soul and all that of your experiences and through the wisdom of Torah, shine it, make it come out in its beauty, make it come out in its sparkle. So in the realm of rabbi, when we talk about a relationship, it doesn't just mean a wise person, it doesn't just mean a teacher or a bar mitzvah person. It means it's called a rabo, your rabbi, muvhak. Muvhak, in a basic level, means your set rabbi. Who's your main rabbi? Who are you mainly influenced? Where did you get most of your wisdom from? But the commentators say at a deeper level. The word muvhak is also related to the Hebrew word bohak, which means to shine. Which rabbi were you connected to that enabled you to shine, that enabled you to bring the light of your soul out of you, that enabled to bring the best out of you? So the word zaken, we refer to it as the reality of wisdom. It means zekona, says many of the commentators, because the only thing, the only possession that you have in life is what you know. Let me bring it in a very clear, underlined, bullet-pointed way, is that you are what you know, and that's all that you own. Say it again. You are what you know, and that's all that you own. I hope nobody lost things in Hurricane Sandy. We've got to be able to eventually move on from that. And the thing is, and if you did, I really feel bad. We had a fire about 9 years ago. We lost most of our possessions. Here's the thing. You are what you own, only what you know. Possessions, my sixth grade yearbook with all my friends signing it. Yes, I did lose that. But that's not me. That's a possession that's outside of me. The only thing you own, the only thing that you truly own is what you know, is your brain, the vision that you have. The word zaken means this you own, because the only thing you can own is wisdom. There is nothing else you actually own but the brain that you have, the perspective that you have that's been affected by the realm of Torah, that's been positively affected. That's the only thing that you own. So the concept of the hadarta, you beautify the face of a zaken, the face of your main rabbi. What does that mean? Beautify his face? How is beautifying his face a form of respect? It means I acknowledge that his face has been affected by the reality of Torah, and that my face is now gleaning from his shine. And therefore, when I acknowledge this relationship of his shine affecting my humanity, that's a form of respect. The whole concept of respect is reciprocity. You respect your parents. What's the main mitzvah of respecting your parents? Bring them food. Why? Because you're respecting that they gave you life. And what gives human beings life? Food. So they gave me life. Reciprocity. I will bring you food. I will serve you dinner. I will take care of your needs. Because respect is that connection and reciprocity. So too with a rabbi. What is the main respect what did you gain? You gain shine. You gain growth. You gain fulfillment. So you respect the face of a zaken. You respect that person's face. It means through their face you were able to come and you were able to shine. Now, and that's a concept of standing up. I always struggle by this. Why is standing up a form of respect? I would think sitting down or lying down, prostrating yourself. Lie down in front of a wise person. Oh, you are wiser than me. Why should I stand up? So I think that this is part of the answer. It goes like this. The only mammals on the face of the planet that stand perfectly erect are human beings. All due respect to the gorillas, but they still lean on their front hands. The only people that stand up straight is a human. And in many of the deeper commentators, they say that a human is similar to the Hebrew letter of vav. A vav is a straight letter, and we are like a vav. Vav in Hebrew means a hook. And vav in Hebrew is a connector. Zeh v'zeh, this and that. We are a vav. We're similar to a vav. So when you show respect to somebody, what you're really doing is you are showing them your humanity. You're being your max human. Standing up, as opposed to lying down, is a form of respect because you are, by being in a direct modality of this is who I am, that's the ultimate form of respect. So for us, as being part of the Jewish people, it's not that, oh, I learned this information from a professor who was a nut, but it was very nice going to his class. We believe that a human being that you learn from, they should embody the information that they have. And when they embody it, you radiate from the warmth via your proximity. Meaning, there's a concept, who did you learn by? What does it mean, who did you learn by? Who were your teachers? Who is your influences? The goal is not, oh, here's the information, take a test, take care, see you later. No, who were the main influences? I'm a product of people. We hopefully, in our formation, you can't do it without being mentored. Let me say that word in English, mentored. It's a weird word. Reminds me of Mentos. Mentor. Oh, who's your mentor? Why? Are you some crackhead that you need a mentor now? You some underprivileged kid? And what's the object of a mentor? A mentee. That's a weird word. Oh, I'm a mentee. I don't want to be a mentee. And why do I need a mentor? The answer is, oh, you're a human? All of us need training. All of us need to be formed. All of us need guidance in who we are. When we study Torah, it's not just information. There's a personal connection to that. And what's expected, a definitive mitzvah, is that we respect older people, and most importantly, we respect the influences that we have in our lives. And the ultimate respect that we have is not just for a rabbi, what's called a Talmud Chacham, but we have respect for our rabbi. And the commentators say that you're supposed to respect your rabbi, even if he's not a great scholar. Somebody might have taught you something. He might not be in the starting 100 of great scholars, but he's your scholar. He taught you something. You're obligated to respect. They say in the laws of mourning, just like if, God forbid, somebody loses a parent, they have to rip their clothing, so too if a person loses a teacher, even if it's not their main teacher, they have to rip their clothing in mourning. Really? I mean, I hear you're sad, but really? It's parental. How is it parental? Because parental is about being formed. Your parents formed you physically. Your mentors and rabbis and teachers formed you spiritually, formed you intellectually, formed you psychology. And the relationship is one of parental. It's one of being born. So the goal is to get born from the Torah. The end.